Hey, this is a scanner mini lesson. This is going along with the functions mini lesson, and this is more so just to show you that it exists. I don't think that scanner is necessarily going to be on the AP exam, but if you ever want to take input, which I'm going to have you do in some future projects, this is a reference to that. So first thing you need to do is import well, let me tell you what a scanner is first of all. Scanner allows the user to enter text from the command line. It pauses your program and waits for the user to type something in, and as soon as they hit enter, it will put that into a variable. So the first thing you need to do is import scanner. So you got a good import java.util.scanner. All right. So now what we need to do is we have the scanner class imported, which is like this, scanner.java. It's like having that file over here for us to use. Now we need to create an object that is a scanner. So I need to make some variable that holds scanners. I'm going to call this my scanner. You could call it anything. I prefer to call it SC for scanner, but I'm going to say my scanner. I'm going to set that variable called my scanner that holds a scanner. I'm going to save a scanner into it. I'm going to make a new one and drop it in there. Equals new scanner, and the place that we're taking input from is the command line. So that is referred to in Java as system.in. All right, let's see. Oh, what'd I do? Oh, capital S. Very important. Capital S dot scanner. Okay. So we didn't take any, the program's done, it has this arrow, but we didn't take any input. Well, we have this scanner object, but we never asked it to get anything from the user. It'd be like hiring somebody to take notes for you and then never telling them what class to go to take notes, or, you know, oh, write that down, write that down. They're just like sitting there, they're just chilling. So we need to tell this scanner to do something. So I'm going to say my scanner dot next line. This function, next line, acts on some scanner. Some scanner is going to perform this task, next line. So it's going to pause our program right here whenever it gets to that line, and is going to wait for user input. So you can see there's no arrow. This program is waiting. I'm going to type something in. I'm going to hit enter. Now the program is done. So it took user input, but then it just threw it away. It didn't give it back to me to do anything with. So next line gets some text. And what is some text? Some text is a string. So I can save this into a string. I'm going to call this x. I'm going to make the variable, and I'm going to save whatever my scanner.nextLine returns. So it's waiting for me right here. I'm going to write hello. It saved the string hello into here. You can essentially think of scanner next line as getting replaced with whatever the user types in. So I typed in hello. So this line essentially gets replaced with hello, and that's what's saved into string x. Oops, there we go. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to print this out. System out print line. You typed in okay, so what I'm doing here is you typed in. What I'm doing here is I'm printing out this string, and I'm concatenating whatever they typed in with it. Yo. You typed in yo. Hopefully that makes sense. Another nice thing that you can do is you can say system out print line, enter your name, right, above it, so that when you hit run, oops, what did I say? System out, OUT. enter your name. So it prompts the user. They know that they're waiting. Because if you just have the blinking, it's hard to understand. So I'm going to say Seth Smucker. You've typed in Seth Smucker. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, one more thing that you can do with this. I removed the ln, which stops the new line from happening. So now you notice that it's all right here. It's on the same line. Now, to make up for that, I'm going to have to put a space here just to beautify it a little bit. Now it has that. There we go. See, if I have done something like this and I said run, and then I enter my name and I went space Smucker, that space is going to be in the word, right? See, here's my extra space. I put a space right here. That's the first space, and I have the second space for what I typed in right here, Smucker, right? Okay. Now that's great, but what if I were to say enter your age, right? Uh-oh. This is, let's say I'm 45. Okay, that works. But what if I want to add 7 to that? Let's do x equals x plus 7. Maybe you see what the issue is. This is not what this is supposed to be. 57. 57 plus 7 should be 64. But this is 577. So what happened? Well, next line gets a string. And if you try to add two strings together, it just smushes them together. And so we have this number 7 here, but Java's nice for you. And it interprets this as concatenation of strings. So if I wanted to do some math, let's say enter your favorite number. I will add 2 to it. Favorite. Yep. I'm going to do this. Let's say, for another example, I put in 6. 62. Doesn't work. Instead, what if I change this to an integer? Now I'm saving the user input as an integer, which I can actually do math with. But there's an issue. Incompatible types. String cannot be converted to an int. So this gives you some string, like this, too. You can't save a string into an integer. You could think, well, maybe I could cast it to an integer, but strings aren't primitive, so I couldn't cast it like that because it needs to be a primitive. Double wouldn't work, right? So instead what we can do is, instead of next line, you can tell the scanner to get the next integer. And when I run this, 78, it actually works with the math. Because now you're using the number 2 and not the string 2. Hopefully that makes sense. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with this. Just remember, a scanner is an object, so you need to instantiate it. You need to import scanner, has a capital S. And you have next line and next. You have next int and next line. Of course, there are a million other things that you can do too, but these are the only two that you're really going to need. And that's it for taking text from the user. Pretty nice. So hopefully that's good for using this. Bye.